department under the business administration department.
Under the business administration of the Manara International University in Dhaka in Bangladesh. And Azad made an amazing effort to come here. It was really until the last minute he was struggling. Until the very last minute, it was not sure that he would get the permission of his dean and that he would get a visa. So also Chanida worked very hard so that he could be here. We met in 2006 in Costa Rica when he was a student at the UP's mandated UP's University in Costa Rica. And since then, Azad wanted always to be with us, and he's preparing for his doctorate. He's thinking through with Cornelia through the topic of his doctorate, and any support he can get is welcome. So please.
Thank you, everybody. Good morning. So she introduced me in a wonderful way. Thank you very much. Thank you so much. I'd like to welcome all of you in my presentation. I will take all of you today for a short time without visa, without ticket in Bangladesh. So I would like to take all of you in Bangladesh without ticket, without visa for a short time.
Yes.
Let's go. This is actually Bangladesh map. This is now you see in the India and Nepal and Myanmar is bordering. Three sides is India. One side is Myanmar and another side is Bay of Bengal, very short land. Look in the global map, it's a very small country with a huge number of populations. Like we have some things, the longest sea beach in the world. This is the longest sea beach in the world. You can see it's a beautiful beach in the world, and you can see the Google map search that you will find it. Sandy City, and this is sunrise, and we have one things like in Bangladesh, like you can see sunset and sunrise in the same beach in the morning and the afternoon in the day. So we have these things, and then I will take you in Sundarban. This is actually Royal Bengal tiger. It's a famous bird all over. This is a tiger, Royal Bengal tiger. Okay, this is actually, I'll give you the little bit history and what's called background of the Bangladesh that I already said. The three sides is India and one side is, and one part of the side is Myanmar and another side is Bay of Bengal. After actually, this country got independent from British in 1947. And then we went in with East Pakistan and West Pakistan, and then after 23 years of the struggle, then we got the independence. We got liberation in 1971, 16 December. The total area of the country is 147,570 square kilometers. Population is till 2013 estimated like 150 million, more than 150 million, and density of population is like 1,000 per more than 1,000 per square kilometer. This is ethnic group is 90% Bengali, 2% are other like indigenous, called our tribal. Some people scholars say is tribal and indigenous. There is a debate, and official language is Bangla. And there are some, different religious faith groups like Hindu, Muslim, Christian, and Buddha, and other religious group. And now I'm turning to the topic like sustainable development. The definition has been given by my previous presenter. This is actually all over. The sustainable development is very common, but I will give my sustainable development, my definition. It's in my definition that the sustainable development is a development that will not interrupt, that will not make problem for the future generations, and even not present generation, that will not hurt the other people, that will not make trouble to the other people, but development will continue. It will not make the problem for the other people. And so there, this all of the definition has been. So why it has been given special priority in Bangladesh? You know, this is the in our constitution, Article 18A, that the protection and improvement of the environment and biodiversity in the constitution of the People's Republic of Bangladesh states that the state shall endeavor to protect and improve the environment and to preserve and safeguard the natural resources and biodiversity, wetlands and forests and wildlife for the present and future citizens. This is actually has been described in the Constitution in Bangladesh. Then there are as Pure sustainable development is therefore the constitutional obligations in Bangladesh. Sustainable development address the economic, social, environmental issues which are all addressed by the Bangladesh government. There are some other policy that Bangladesh has applied for sustainable development, like coastal zone policy, national land use policy, national rural development policy. There are many. This water policy, that for an agricultural policy, national fish policy, national policy for the safe water supply and sanitation, national policy for the advancement of the women, and forestry policy and environmental policy and implementation and plan. These are the actually policy are applying for the sustainable development in Bangladesh. And this is one of the important issue for sustainable development is good governance. It's all over. So what is good governance? And where the people will get opportunity to say their opinion, and then government will rule the country perfectly and not will do the injustice among the peoples, and they will give the justice and they will ensure that all people's right equality. Our country is a democratic country, multi-democratic and multi-party participated, many parties, people participating in the in our democracy. It's not, it's a parliamentary democracy. Though it was very unfortunate in the last election in 10th January, it was election, this opposition party, major opposition party did not participate, few party participated, so it was a big problem in the country. Hopefully it will overcome. There was so much turmoil, so it makes a problem for the country. Now it's peaceful, hopefully it will continue and to bring a solution. The many organization is working for it, and actually there are different voluntary organizations work for the sustainable development in Bangladesh. And the government is giving support, but and some people are doing them by their own. Majority Muslims are giving their annual charity, like 2% of their, earning 2% of their savings, which is using for the development work, for the environmental protections, and for the poor people's what's called help to poor people. To upgrade their positions, like Microcredit is working in our country. And in the poverty alleviation, there are different poverty alleviation, but we have, as a big number of people are in extreme poverty that will show in the pictures I will share within a few minutes. But it's improving. The poverty level was before, now it's improving gradually. I have shown in here that 60% in the early 90s. And 40% in 2005 and 31% in 2001. So it's gradually is going up, like it's reducing the poverty in Bangladesh. You see, still there are around 50 million people are in poverty. It's hardcore poverty is like 70.6% of the total population. This estimation of the 2010 Sustainable Development Goal. This is poverty pictures I'm sharing in here. You see that the people are suffering, but one thing is very catchy for me, like that you see they're in poor, but they're sharing their food. So this is around each other. This is very catchy for me, like how these people are, who are, they're in a problem, but they share their food among each other. This is very touch for me when I get this photo. And this is actually, you see, this is people are sleeping on the railway side, and people are working and living in this land, street. Straightforward, this boy is sleeping on the sleeper of what's called train, and the train is coming, you sit, and then he does not know what will happen. What will happen in life, and many people die like this. So young people, like when I see my son is like this, so I become like emotional. I cannot control myself. This is very painful scenario happening. But still hope, we have hope. There are many people are working like Professor University, see this is as microcredit. Though there is a debate regarding microcredit, many people are doing this country, and there are some people are introduces, side by side the microcredit, but this is through the Jaka. It's called Jaka, is that the people are giving charity to the poor people, but they will not get any interest from there. If they are solvent, sometimes if they repay, if they can, but they need not to pay. This is not obligatory. So they are doing this, and you see there is a actual effort of mine. I'm working with these people, like we are trying to support them with the books and what's called education materials in their schools, and sometimes we give them Eid gifts or religious festival gifts and some things to the students. Yes, their voluntary works has been done by different organizations to empower the people for poverty alleviation and to educate the marginal people. What is the poverty alleviation program we have? Like food for education, free education by government, NGO schools, training for fisheries, poultry farming, swing, clothes, microcredit, sadaka. These are the programs. There are other programs also. Environmental security. Government is working for the environmental security seriously. And in these few days before, there was a presentation in February 17 by the Agriculture University that says like we reduces 50 million ton carbon every year and bring environmental balance by agriculture. Things like growing paddy from the paddy fields. We are growing and it's grow rice. And it's reduced 50 million carbon every year from the paddy field. And these are the beautiful things. The people are planting trees and planting crops. This is very traditional things they are doing in the local area. And this is, you see, we have the tree plantation programs. Even the Prime Minister and President is participating in the programs to inspire people in the local NGOs. Local people are doing this to environmental protection. This is also the environmental protections. We are for environmental awareness. We do the preservation and plant trees to protect our coastal area and other areas. Sometimes we suffer in a flood. We affected in a flood every year. So we have to be very serious to plant trees because it saves us from the cyclone and devastating flood. And this is unfortunate. This is urbanizations. Huge. Dhaka city is one of the largest city in the world. Is like what's called is the 8th largest city in the world. 8th largest city. There is huge number of population, but this city is actually, has been unplanned way. I will say not 100% planned way. The people are building house close by close and is not following the order of the government. So what happened, sometimes you see before the structure built is broken, and after few years this is broken. So it's very risky in there. You see, like in 2013 in April, this is very sensitive. A building was collapsed in Bangladesh and SARS that ended by the 13 is dead about 1,200 approximately and 2,500 injured people in the garments industry in Shawar area in Bangladesh. It was so tragic and many people died, and I had to visit these people and it was so painful. I cannot say, explain how painful it was. I'll show you the city. This is all about the Dhaka city. Like density of population is 40,000 per square kilometers, and there are about 15 million, more than 15 million people lives in Dhaka area. And this is peaceless situation. Peaceless situation is actually there is so much political turmoil. People are doing the violations because of the. Sometimes the what's called the party in power is they're not accepting the party, the oppositions. They're not listening. So there are a lot of turmoil is going on. Sometimes you see before the election is happening here. The initiatives for peace. So there are some initiatives has been taken for peace, like dialogue with the different political parties, international pressure groups, and trying to continue the dialogue with the political parties to resolve their problems. Media is trying to play a good role, though the government is pressuring to censor the news and dialogues and in the electronic media and print media. This is a communal harmony. This is a peace and harmony and peace. We have different programs where all the people participate, not only like a certain groups, not only certain ethnic groups, all the peoples, like Pohila Boishak, this Hindu, Muslim, Christian, all indigenous people, all Muslim people are participating, all political parties are participating. They forget which political party they are belonging. This is wonderful. This shows that we are united. We can do some things. If you united, we can build the peace among each other. And this is a wonderful, celebration in Pohila Boishak. All people have participated and enjoy the culture, festivals, and forgetting who you are. I am from elite. I am from, where's called poor. They forget. Everybody participate in this common celebration. This is Pohila Falgun. This Pohila Falgun is a first day of Pohila Boishak is first day of the Bangla year. Pohila Boishak is the first day of Bangla year. Pohila Falgun is another month. The first day of is called is summer. In summer before the first day of summer, you can say in Bangla. This is what's called International Mother Language Day. We celebrate where every people participated. Like this is the only country who has sacrificed their life for the language in 1952. Only the country they had to sacrifice for the language movement. This was another history with the Pakistan government. Like we have to move for our language, and the Pakistani people they say like, you cannot speak in Bangla. Official language should be Urdu, where the official language of Urdu people was speaking like 10 to 15%, where Bengali people are more, but still they are pressuring, you have to speak this language. And there was movement and people sacrificing. In later on, UNESCO has given the recognitions of international in 2000. International Mother Language Day status, and all over the world are celebrating. So we celebrate this day. Every people, they forget the political alignment and they forget everything. They are coming together. They celebrate this day. This is actually shows that we can be united and we can do for the peace. We can do something for the peace. And women empowerment. In terms of the women empowerment, by Bangladesh, I will say comparatively, it has got lots of women empowerment, and it's going up. It's not going down. It's going up in terms of the women empowerment, in terms of their education, accessing their jobs, and also in the family, and in all aspects they are participating side by side the man. This is very positive things, I will say. And it's significantly after the 1971 government is, you see that the Prime Minister is Speaker of the Parliament, Leader of the Opposition, Foreign Minister, all are women. This is a wonderful country that I find is all what's called key position is holding by the women, and that the girls are coming in the university level is increasing, and the girls is going to the schools is increasing, and what's called early marriage is reducing significantly even in the rural areas. This is very positive things. Even wearing the hijab, this women is coming to the schools and university and participating in different things is very positive, I will say, in terms of the women in education. And reform of the education curriculum. In national curriculum for the secondary and higher secondary education, environmental science has been introduced as a separate subject to bring the awareness among the students that we have to be very careful about the environment. We should not cut, we should not do the deforestation, we should plant trees, and separate department faculties has been established in almost all public and many private universities on environmental science and natural resources. Even we are teaching business schools. I am teaching in business school, but we have environmental subject in the business school. We are teaching pharmacy. We are teaching about the environmental care. We are teaching the media and communication, but we are teaching the environmental care. So every department, they have to have the environmental subjects. So this is a very positive thing. And Bangladesh studies this is also. Area-based management. Institute of the Marine Science of Chittagong University runs a course integrated the coastal zone management, which contains the lessons of sustainable utilization of coastal resources. And Department of Geography of Chittagong University introduces the coastal environmental research unit for the research of the sea level changes and other coastal issues. Moral education is very important for the all peoples. We are educated people, and one of my professors, Marian Bell, when I was in Costa Rica, she said most of the problem, I'm sorry to say, most of the problem, many problems, I will say not say most of the problem, many problems are created by our so-called educated people sometimes. Sometimes our many people's, educated people are created many problems in our society, which is not created by uneducated people, not rickshaw puller, not farmer. This is very much unfortunate in our country because they have education, but they do not have moral educations. Even if I look at in my country, taking bribe, this big amount, and depriving the poor people rights was free. They're highly educated people with the sign, they're taking out money. So this is unfortunate. Maybe in other countries, I do not want to say the other countries, but in my country. So educated people should have to have moral education and morality. This is honesty, sincerity, rights and responsibility, human dignity, which is our topic, our conference topic, and cooperation, collaboration, respect to all cultures, religion, and nature. This is a very important thing that we have to have for the all subjects. If you study psychology, if you study physics, if you study anything, but you have to have moral educations. Otherwise, if you do not have morality, so money is there is very proverb. Money is lost, nothing is lost, health is lost, something is lost, but character is lost, everything is lost. So this is very important. So we can improve our moral through that moral education. The public awareness by the NGOs, BRAC and Caritas and different Prashika and other NGOs are working for the awareness about the sustainable development and ecological management in our country. Oh, sorry, before going this is almost the main discussion of our my presentation, but I will share you some photos that I am working with Manad International University as a lecturer in the department, as well as I am a moderator of Social Welfare Club. We do some social activities just to empower the poor people, to help the poor people, to cooperate with the poor people who do not have access to different facilities. We try to bring them in the university because our university is like the middle class or upper middle class, or some rich people also study, so they do not have access to this area. Sometimes they don't come, so we try to accommodate, and we want to show the rich people, yes, this is the people are doing, so can you cooperate them, so can you extend your hands to help them so they can be empowered. Like this is actually a program we participated, we distributed, some people even we have, like they do not they cannot buy seasonal foods. They are living in the street, they do not have, they have some collecting foods from the garbage and throwing and collecting from the different peoples and begging, and they are getting, they do not have a chance to buy seasonal fruits. They do not even eat the seasonal fruits. So what we did, yes, when the season comes, we buy fruits and we call the people, yes, this is fruits for you, I would like to share with you, and then we give it to them, and they're happy to get these seasonal fruits like mango and other fruits. We try to share with them. And this is actually occasions that we are distributing. This is the people we sometimes we call them and we share them. We let them talk in and what they think about the country, what is their desire, how they want to see the country, what is their needs. Sometimes we try to take care of them. We try to look at these people. And this is actually the incident happened in Shabar after the collapsing the buildings in garments industry. You see that the woman has lost her first the leg. So we try to help them with some money, collecting from the students and guardians of the students. So we went there with the doctors. We tried to help them with some women. And this is also women. She has lost her 2 legs. And hand also. So she has only one. No, she has 2 legs, not 2 hands. I think she has. So this is also painful. This is, you see that the woman, when we tried to give her some help, she is not able to catch him because she does not have 2 hands. So we give her brother, he was there, the younger brother. Even he does not have father and mother, the younger brother, only the younger children reside, the younger brother. So how this painful story was in there. This is women, we are trying to also help her. This is also a man, she does not have anyone, like husband, nobody here. So we have to help him. This man is also injured seriously, and we try to help him. And this is actually a blood donation program we did. Sometimes people need blood, poor people does not have, in the government hospital they do not have blood. Sometimes they require blood, so there are different groups, they collect blood, so we donate blood. So this can be given to the poor people who need blood for any accident or any emergency. So we have an organization, we have people, listed people. If anyone come us, we voluntarily go there to donate blood. Students go there, about more than thousands of people in this organization. This is a slogan, if you donate money, you give food, but if you donate blood, you give life. This is a blood donation, this is the students, actually the young kids were studying in mostly school, supported by local people, and mainly the maid servants, sons and daughters are personnel who live in this land. They're coming in this school. This is actually our university campus. We took them in the university, and they're sitting here, and we're sharing their opinion. We try to listen to them, what they think about it, and we put some students for how they should feel about it. And this is actually a tree plantation program we participated. And this is actually in the winter season we distributed clothes to the poor people, like blankets. And this is also distribution of the blankets. This our honorable vice chancellor is participating in this distribution program as the cheapest. And this is actually we're celebrating our Victory Day. This is actually, you see this, there are different parties. They are supporting whether maybe opposition or positions, but we all together. So we want to say, yes, no, we will not make discrimination in the day. We all are together. This is also a programs of the distribution of this another vice chancellor, like he was before in our university. And this is actually this kid does not. He lost a young girl. She has lost her father and mother. Both of them they lost in the accident. So they asked us for humanitarian help. So we try to give her money for her future study and to take care of her in future. Okay, and this is actually we are distributing clothes to the poor people who cannot buy the poor people. Even a year they cannot buy the clothes for their for themselves. This is a program, so we are distributing clothes and foods. That's all about my presentation. So.
You gave us so many visual inputs.
Yeah,
so you really brought us to Bangladesh, I think.
Yeah, I didn't put all the first call, this call like articles or on many things, but I just put some photos so that you can realize.
Please greet your dean. It was good that he sent you here.
Okay, thank you so much, thank you, because I have to show you in the video that I
Yes, he's waiting for the video, that's right. Yes.
Yeah, he let me know, just if you allow to give a presentation, then we'll give you the permission, because joining the permission is not worthy, so go and present something, and last of all, I get the permission from you, yeah, you can present.
Yes. The problem is not the problem, we have a slightly different format. We co-create we don't have these pre-planned presentations normally.
Yeah.
So, but I think your dean will be very, very happy when he sees the video.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much. So, any things you have observation?
Kjell has a question, yes, and Mark has a question, and Trina.
You missed that?
What about the massive humiliation of your population, especially the women, by Western companies, especially the garment industry?
How is that? Can you
The massive humiliation by Western garment industry.
Garment industry.
Garments industry actually.
Our clothes are
Yes.
mostly from
Bangladesh.
Bangladesh,
Yes.
and with working under horrible conditions.
Yes, yes, yes. Actually, you know, this is very unfortunate, and many people actually are, especially who are in the government, and they're involved in the actually business, garments industry business. So they give the less price, very less price to the who are producing, who are working whole day, working in a month. They're getting like $30 in a whole month. This is very unfortunate. $100 in a whole month.
So you mean that they live under the poverty line?
Yeah, they are living in the I mean, in slum or very poor area. Even they are walking like 5 kilometers to go to 6 kilometers. They cannot afford to bus or transport. They carry their food with them and they go all the way like 10 kilometers to work. And when they back in the evening, even in the night, they have to work in the very late at night. Sometimes overtime they have to do. You have to do the overtime sometimes. You have to do, and they have to back by walking. It's really unfair. And they have a lot of demonstration here to increase the salary. And finally, government come and they said, yes, we'll give you. And they asked like minimum salary should be $150 equivalent, $150 minimum per month. But yes, finally they comes it's like about less than $100 per month. This is very much unfortunate also, because they are producing a shirt which is selling USA or Europe and America like $200, $100, and which is they are getting like less than $100 per full month. This is very much unfortunate actually. Is it okay or?
Did you answer the question?
No, but he just asked me the question. Like
The question was, what are you doing about it?
Oh, what are we doing? Yes, actually, different organization is trying to, what's called negotiate with the government, with the the owner of the industries, trying to negotiate with them. But you know, they are the powerful people, so they do not want to listen. So there are a lot of demonstration and police. The people are. Government is using police. So we are trying. What's called civil society is trying to make the awareness. Yeah, this is the necessity of the people. They should go because they cannot send their kids to the Buddhist school. So it will not be sustainable development if they cannot sustain. How they will provide their services? So, but still, these people. I say we need moral education. Those people who are leading the industry, they have to have moral education. They have to have morality, improve their morality. Otherwise, they will not be sympathetic to those people who are surviving for food, who are surviving for clothes, who are surviving for education.
So do you think that there will be a corporate responsibility?
Yes, there
social responsibility for our corporations
that they should have.
Exploit your country?
Sorry.
Do you think there is a chance for getting these big garment organizations to realize what they are doing?
Yes, obviously, this corporate responsibility, they should realize that's what they're giving to the poor people who are working whole day and night. This is corporate responsibility. Yes, we should take care of these people. We should go and so they can increase the salary and they can survive. They can get the good salary. Yes. Sir.
Oh, my question. May I ask?
Go ahead.
My question is you've talked about the problems and they are really there, and I want to look a little bit into the history. So Bangladesh was British.
Colony.
Sorry?
British colony.
Yes, it was British. It was
Yeah.
part of the Raj, and then it was part of Pakistan, West Pakistan,
Yeah.
and then it's become its own independent country.
Yeah.
Now, from those traditions and histories, I'm thinking that probably the institutions have been copied and transferred. So have those institutions brought with them things that humiliate people and degrade those people, because I know there's problems with the way that Britain works, and some of those are the structural problems. They don't allow real participation, or they don't empower people. So one example of that is you had the language issue, where the people marched for the right to use their own language, and they won the right to use their own language. Now, does the state give the right to use the minority languages in official businesses? Can you use English for filling in forms, for example, or can you use Urdu for filling in forms, or do you have to do it in Bangla?
Sorry. No. I'm just saying no longer Urdu. You are using Bangla.
Yeah, we use Bangla.
No, but can you use Urdu?
Yeah. No,
Do you have the freedom in some places to use the language and therefore your culture and to support the diversity in the country?
Yeah, they can use the languages in their community, but when it comes to the central issues like office and other places, like you want to write an application, you can write in your community languages, but it's better to someone support, because might not be office might not be understand what has been written in there. So if someone support is, this is English, this is in Bangla, of this application, this is accepted.
Okay, so you could say English, it's known to the person, therefore I put it in English.
Yeah.
I just think of the situation in Finland and other European countries. So in Finland there are 5 recognised languages, but it's a bit more than that, because Finland is in the Nordic Compact or something like this, and any Nordic language, for the people that are in this kind of alliance, can be used for all official purposes in Finland. So you can use Icelandic, you can use Norwegian, you can use Swedish, Danish, for all official purposes, and that also applies in those other countries for Finnish. So as a Finnish person you can go there, but English isn't, because England isn't in this Nordic Compact, and it's not a recognised minority language in Finland. It's not one of the 5 or 6 minority languages that are recognised. So ironically, all of the foreigners have to learn Finnish or Swedish or another language unless they come from a Nordic country. So it's kind of quite strange. You very often meet people that can speak English, but officially they have to do it in another language. And I just wondered how the situation was there for language rights. If I look at Britain, Britain has a thing called linguaphone. And when you go to an official place, they will call this number, and they have something like 9,500 languages. They will find a translator to translate stuff to help you fill in the forms. So that's how it officially is. Of course, it depends on the individual and whether they know about the service and things. And I wondered if you have some more sort of services like that to allow people who maybe they're not so strong in the majority language to participate.
Yeah, obviously they can participate. Even you know that we have quota system in job. Like minority people have fixed quota. Yes, they can. If they apply for the job, they have a extra quota, like in government jobs and other opportunity. But if they fulfill the quota, they can also hold the other quota if they are qualified. But they have quota. Yes, like 10. If there are 100 jobs for the government, there are 10 quotas for the minority people. So yes, you should come. If you apply, you will get the job. Job is waiting for you. Even sometimes they do not give the people, they try to empower them. So it's positive things.
That's very positive.
And it's very positive things.
Yes.
No, Pat.
Oh, sorry.
no.
Was first.
No.
Pat, yeah.
Yes, Pat.
Yes.
Okay, then I
Oh,
can
okay.
take
I was following Kjell's question about the minimum wage. That you answer in such a way that social responsibility, morality, and so on. I think it's must be enforced by law, like structural change. You can't just wait for people who have responsibility. In this case, you must impose top-down policy. Sometimes it's important that you have to say this is a minimum wage in this country. There is also a minimum wage, and now it's 300 bahts a day for labor. So. And you know that and people won't go for less because the laws are supporting it. So I would like to see whether what you claim sustainability from the policies that you listed, fisheries and this and that. Is there anything about labor policy?
Yeah, they have the labor policy, but still they have the labor policy. But you know, sometimes government has some lackings in here. The government officials government officials, even I will say that the government parliament members who are working in the government, they are running the industry, so they actually with the government, they may link the millions with the government, so they don't want to pay the poor people. This is the problem actually we are facing. And they are supporting the government with the money when they vote for the election. Yes, if you do not, if you pressure me to give the money to the what's called these workers, so I'm not going to give you in the election time. This is actually unofficial words. This is unofficial. So this happened for the actually with the government and what's called who are doing the business. These people are doing. So government should have. That's why I want to ask. So government, what they made? Yes, they made a committee. Yes, you will fix the salary of the wages of the worker, and then finally, and what's called worker also have their leaders. They decide, hey, we want like $150 minimum, like example. Otherwise, we cannot survive in the city. Dhaka city is expensive, in a sense, in the city. So we cannot survive with the kids and our son and even ourselves, and we have to live in a very poor condition. And they say, okay, let's start negotiate, then negotiate, then negotiate, and then finally they come, oh no, we cannot give less than more than this, so we cannot others survive. Garments industry will collapse. We cannot run the business. We have a lot of expenses. So these are the issues that come, and then they reduce, deduct the what's called wages of them. This is unfortunate. You know, if you look, these people are running the Mercedes, BMW, Lexus, all the expensive cars, and then luxurious house. But as well as look at who are helping, who are giving you the money. They're living in the slum. They're living there, having food. They're tiny. Their son and daughter is in a very poor condition. This is very much unfortunate. Very much unfortunate.
You mentioned the Brundtland report. Yeah. That was in 1987, and
Yes.
it was a very modern and challenging report at that time. She, Prime Minister in Norway, she was really a fan for market economy, and she did not go for protection. She wanted to increase the market economy as a social democrat, and actually still they do. And she was also a big fan of the European Union for platforms of free flow of money, of work, of people and education. So, and today we see the consequences of this policy that she promoted at that time, and at that time we believed it. In all of us we believed in what she was saying, except for some people. But today we see the consequences. And then I want to ask you about Kunis, the microcredit.
Yes.
He received Nobel Peace Prize for his work. What do you think about it, and how does it work today?
Yes, this is very good question. Wherever I go, this microcredit comes to me, and the issue of microcredit because I'm from Bangladesh. And yes, microcredit actually, yes, it's empowered some extent, but there are some, I'll not say that this is actually, it works 100% because, you know, you have to borrow, you will borrow 1,000 taka or $1,000 or $500 or $100, and you have to pay by like $200, $50 or $250 by rotation.
About 30% in the rent.
Yeah, it's more. So sometimes, you know, hunger bars, you know, when your people are hungry, they take the money and they eat. So sometimes they have to sell out their house to pay the back. Sometimes it happens. But some people also use this money proper way. If the microcredit monitor like this, yeah, I give you money, but you have to use it. You will not, everything is eaten. So you have to use this way. If they have the training program, then it will work more. Side by side, that other organization has started, like Zakah Fund. We have a Zakah Fund, like Muslim people give charity, 2.5% up from their savings. Every year they save. From there, they give the 2.5% to the poor people. So they collect some people, they started like, yes, we collect some money from the people and we'll give the credit to the people, but this credit is like this, you will not pay it back anymore. but we'll monitor where you are using. But once upon a time, if you established, like you have money enough, if you think, yes, I can also support the other people, so my money can support the other people, then you can give it. Otherwise, you need not to. If you lost money, if you lost your business, you need not to pay. But in microcredit that has been introduced by Professor Yunus, you have to back. You have to back. No way to just, oh yeah, you take the money and no return, or you forgive it. No, not like this. You have to pay. So it makes problem sometimes with the poor people because they do not have training, they do not understand the importance. So sometimes they come, bring, and they eat, they finish it, and so sometimes they're in trouble. I find some people in area, they borrow the money and they finish it, and last of all they have to sell out their money, they have to send their kids to the Saudi Arabia and other people and then support it. Again they have to buy the land. So the different phenomena is in there. Still they are struggling, but side by side other organization is started in different way, and that is working very well, better than this. But hopefully it will come out like after, if they get the support from the government, it will like about next 20 years it will hopefully it will be introduced very nicely. Hopefully. Yes.
Just a quick aside, my understanding of Islam is that there's two charity givings. There's zakah, which is, if you compare with Christianity, is a tithe, fixed amount that has to be given, but that's not the only charity.
No,
you should also help people as well.
Yes.
So there is some discretionary spending, and unfortunately my battery's gone, so I can't look up the name of it now. I had it open.
Yeah.
But there's an Islamic ecological science society, I think it is, or foundation in the UK, and they take an Islamic perspective to encouraging sustainable development in ecologically based things as an NGO. Do you have an equivalent to this in Bangladesh?
No, we do not have, but we have the zakah system, we have the sadaqah system. Sadaqah is like we give extra money. Yes, I have money, so I can, like in this crisis moment in Bangladesh, in Sidor, where many people affected, I participated in there, many people give the donation, a special donation. This is called sadaqah. We can give anything anyone as much as I can afford. I can give it, and this money can be used for development or source, or it's called security, environmental security, or other purposes. We do not have any specific, that ecological support to give the ecological support, but we have like environmental security. Yes, we would need tree plantation where you will buy 200 trees, we'll give it to the poor people to plant in their house, beside their house. Yes, we'll give them seeds to plant them in their house so they can plant it and they grow crops. This way we can help. With this way we are helping.
But there's something more than with that foundation. Obviously they take Islamic solidarity principles. Mm-hmm. So there's lots of Muslims in Britain, I don't know the exact figure, some millions, and they very often want to help other people. So because of the consciousness or awareness of such movements in ecology, it would be possible if there's people to connect with them, to very easily connect with such a foundation, and bring people to do helpful, useful things.
Also, you can send me the connection so I can be in touch with them, so that will be helpful for me.
I will do that.
This is very nice to know. That's why I'm in here.
I have it now. It's the Islamic Foundation for Ecology and Environmental Sciences.
Okay, you can send me the link.
I want to ask you a question, if I may.
Yeah, sure.
Is that all right?
Yeah.
Quickly.
You are here. I'm waiting for you.
After giving you the applause, and I applaud you, it's a very good informative presentation. It's encouraging to see that the government and the university are both working with, I got the impression they're both working with NGOs and grassroots-based organizations to work on these issues of environmental sustainability, poverty reduction, giving assistance to where it's needed. Now, I'm wondering, as I understand, in the rural areas, Kjell talked about the exploitation of workers in the urban areas and factories and such, but in the rural areas, it's my understanding that in many of the villages, women are still isolated, secluded in their houses, and that they can't go outside unless they're accompanied by their son or husband or father. They're not allowed to have employment outside the house, and often in many of these villages, the girls are not allowed to go to school. Is that a representation? Has the government intervened in the rural areas as well
No.
in women's empowerment and sustainable community development, or reforestation of mangrove forests, or organic farming, those areas?
No, actually, you say like the girls, women are not allowed to go to the school or in some areas. No, not like this. We do not have like this actually. Maybe some family, maybe one or two family might not be an example. Like two families, they are very much conservative, might be, but still they are coming in the, it's mainstream. They are sending their kids. We do not find anyone. They are not sending their kids to the school. They are not sending their girls to the school. The women is not going out there 100% in the. But it happened. One of my professor, I'll not say the name of the professor, he said, even my wife, he has a doctorate. The professor has a PhD degree, and he said, my wife never see how is the school is. He never went to the school. He was always in the home. He don't want to go to the school, and this is actually a phenomenon. But their children, their son and daughter going to the school, going to the university, so the time changes. Time changes and the society is changing. So it takes time. And this is a process. It's a continuous process. Instantly, every people will not be like same way. So it takes time.
So there have been major advances.
Major advances, yes. Major advances.
Just a comment. On this picture, you see the woman. She is a victim, and you have only the men being decision makers. She's a victim. She receives something from the men, and you have also on all the other pictures you have only men being decision makers. You have seen one woman. She was a mother, and this one you see only men, only men, only men. If you see the women, they are mothers or they are victims, and they are receivers from something.
They are women also?
Yes, they are mothers. They are mothers or teachers.
Well, they're not teachers and students.
They are students?
It's
Okay, very good. If they are students from university or something.
Yeah.
But on the other ones, in decision-making groups, you have only men. You see, only men.
Yeah.
There is a woman on the left-hand side,
Yes.
but she's receiving something from the men.
Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you. One thing. Very good.
Just to change those ones.
Yeah, I will change. One thing I didn't put this. I'm sorry for that. We have two social welfare plans. One is for the male, another is for the female. Yes. So it works more. We also help the women, and the girls also help the women. So it works more. We go side by side. If I go only the boys are running this organization, so it might not work very well. So there are sometimes we do that. We have two moderators. One is from the girls, another is for the boys. Okay. This program will be run by the boys, and there will be the girls who's coming. Okay, next program will be run by the girls, and we'll also cooperate. Okay, this way we'll go. We'll not make any discrimination. We don't make any discrimination. Yeah, your observation is perfect. And the next time when we take the photo, then very good. I will send myself. Very good. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
তাকে যেন ভালোবেসে আঘাত পেয়েছে শেষে পাগলা গাড়োতে আছে রমারা কফি হাউজের সেই আড্ডাটা আজ আর নেই কোথায় হারিয়ে গেল সোনালি বিকেলগুলো সেই আজ আর নেই শুনেছি তো সুজাতাই সবচেয়ে সুখে আছে আমি বাড়ি সব কিছু দামি তার আর্ট কলেজের ছেলে নিখিলেশ স্বর্ণার বিজ্ঞাপনের ছবি আঁকত চোখ ভরা কথা নিয়ে নির্বিভাগ শ্রোতা হয়ে বিশুদাটা শুধু চেয়ে থাকতো কফি হাউজের সেই আড্ডাটা আজ আর নেই কোথায় হারিয়ে গেল সোনালি বিকেলগুলো সেই আজ আর নেই সেই সাতজন নেই সাতটি পেয়ালা আছে তবু আজকে পেয়ালা আছে কফি হাউস আর সেই খালি নেই কফি হাউজের সেই আড্ডাটা আজ আর নেই
That's how-